Good day, grade 10s. Welcome back to our lovely lesson for today, which is social responsibility. I am your business studies tutor and I go by the name of Miss Nokuthula Zulu. So today we will be looking at the applications and practice questions for social responsibility. Without wasting your time, let us just go straight to the practice questions. The first question says, define the term social responsibility. Social responsibility is when each person is responsible for the effects their behavior and lifestyle has on the environment and others. So when we talk of social responsibility, we are referring to your behavior, the effects of your lifestyle that it has on the environment that you live in. Obviously, you need to behave in a good manner, in a way that you do not do it, you do not violate even the rights of others, making sure that you take care of the environment that you live in. That is social responsibility. It means that any person or group or organization has a responsibility to act in a way that benefits a society as a whole. So social responsibility has to do with individuals, with groups of people, with organizations, in how they behave towards the society, the obligation that they have in terms of making the society that they live in a better place, taking care of the environment, not harming the environment, not harming even other people as well. Question number 2, it says, give any examples of social responsibility. We have volunteering in the community. This is a way in which a person or group of people in a community take part in a voluntary social, charitable, and environmental activities towards the betterment of a community. So when we talk of volunteering in the community, we are referring to you giving yourself in the community, making sure that you make the community a better place, not expecting a return on investment after contributing your services to the community, but making a community a better place to be for everybody. Another example of social responsibility is donations to charities. When you help others, it will empower you. You will also feel happier and more fulfilled. So obviously, an example of social responsibility is donations to charities. So obviously, when you have given somebody something that is going to make them smile, make them happy, it gives you self-fulfillment. It gives you empowerment because you have made a difference in the life of the other person by doing what? By donating. So that's an example of social responsibility. Moving on to question number 3, define the concept corporate social responsibility. Corporate social responsibility is about businesses taking responsibility for their impact on society and the environment. Now, when we talk of corporate social responsibility, we are referring now to businesses taking the responsibility in terms of making sure that when they operate, they do not harm the environment, in terms of making sure that they uplift the society and not only look at the income that the society is bringing inside the business, but also making a community a better place. CSR is also the way in which a business conducts its operations ethically and morally. That is how they use human, physical, and financial resources. Now, when we talk of corporate social responsibility, again, we are now referring to how the business uses their people, not exploiting them, paying them fair wages, which is in line with the Basic Conditions of Employment Act, making sure that they use the physical resources in a way that those physical resources, they are still going to be sustainable even in the future, making sure that they use financial resources in a manner that is going to benefit both the business as well as the society. Question number 4, it says, read the scenario below and answer the questions that follow. Here's a scenario. Rosemary Manufacturers RM. Some of the employees at Rosemary Manufacturers are HIV positive. RM encourages them to join an HIV or AIDS support program. RM also offers voluntary HIV or AIDS testing and counseling in the workplace. Now let us look at the question. It says identify 2 initiatives that Rosemary manufacturers implemented to address HIV or AIDS as a socio-economic issue. I have to remind you this. When we quote grade 10s, you need to make sure that you quote the sentence from the beginning up until the end. You don't just quote what you think the question requires, but you take it from the beginning up until the end because you are already given an answer in the scenario. Now let's go back to our scenario. We are looking for 2 initiatives that Rosemary manufacturers implemented to address HIV or AIDS. Some of the employees at Rosemary manufacturers are HIV positive. So obviously this is just information. It's not an initiative. Second sentence says RM encourages them to join an HIV or AIDS support program. So obviously you would quote this sentence from the beginning up until the end because she encourages the employees to join the support programs. Then the other one would be RM also offers voluntary HIV or AIDS testing and counseling in the workplace as part of the initiatives to try and address HIV or AIDS. Moving on to the 5th question. Suggest 4 examples of other corporate social responsibility initiatives. We have producing socially responsible goods and services. So obviously, as a business, we need to make sure that when we produce our products or our rendering our services, those services are socially responsible. They are not harming the environment. They are not going to even harm the end user, which is the consumer in this instance. Treating employees in a socially responsible way. So obviously, when we treat our employees in a socially responsible way, is making sure that we adhere to all the legislation that governs businesses, making sure that we pay them fair remuneration packages, making sure that we adhere to the provisions of BCEA, making sure that we promote equal opportunities for all workers in our workplace. By so doing, we are treating them in a socially responsible way. Ensuring production techniques are socially responsible, making sure that when we produce our products in a business, they do not harm the environment. They do not harm the people who are outside the business, but making sure that our production techniques are hygienically good for the environment as well as our employees who will be producing those particular goods. Initiating community projects. So this is another example of corporate social responsibility initiative that business can take. Initiating community projects. So obviously, as a business, you can start community projects that are not there in a community. By so doing, you would be trying to reduce the socio-economic issues that the community is facing. Let us just go for a quick ad break and we will be back.